Ladies and gentlemen, holy crap, we got news. We got stuff to talk about, and that is what it is. We have lots of news thanks to the keynote that was just completed by the Legend Story Studios team. I wouldn't just say James White because he was joined by Trevor Baker, and they kind of collabed and talked about a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of stuff to discuss. This is the big one, but don't forget there's a couple of other things as well we'll get to first, and then we'll, I don't know, dive into her, maybe, who knows. First things first, super huge shout out to Tyler Broughton for putting all of this together and giving us nice little screenshots and photos of everything they announced. They talked a little bit about the Armory Decks. The first Armory Deck, it turns out, is going to be KO coming May 3rd. Not too long before my birthday, in fact, which is kind of fun. So KO will be the first. They announced 3 more. They didn't say who they would be, but KO seems like a good fit for the first one because he's a new hero doing relatively well that you can pick up and run with. Not a ton of super expensive singles to go with it, but ones that will be impactful within the game. Worlds is in Japan, and I am floored. It is in Osaka this year, which is so cool. I immediately texted my wife when this announcement was made on the stream, and I said it's in Osaka, and that's a thing that exists, and we need to think about what all that's about. They also announced this new player product called First Strike Decks, which is very cool, and I want to know more about it. I would love to pick Brian Gottlieb's brain, and I want to hear him describe how they will differ. Specifically, they are aimed at new players, so how will they differ from Armory Decks? Why would you pick up one and then the next? Why not make one product? What's the benefit of having 2? And I do think that there is a benefit of having 2, but I'd rather hear it from the guy who designed it with the others, and so that might be a thing. Maybe I'll message him and see if he wants to talk more about that. I know the product obviously isn't fully announced, so I don't know. But I'm very curious to see more about these First Strike decks. That is really cool. Yes, I'm skipping over all the heroes because I want to get to this. Okay, these are upcoming calling dates. Okay, so these are the callings that are going to be coming up soon. Obviously, Calling Phuket has been announced. Warsaw is May 10th through 12th, which has been known. The calling in Tokyo is well known because that's pairing with the release of the Through the Mistveil, Part the Mistveil, if you will. Minneapolis is also on the agenda. Amsterdam, we know, is coupled alongside of the Pro Tour in Amsterdam in July. Tampa Bay is new, September 6th through 8th. World premiere for set number 14, which is presumed to be the All Arcane set. Yes. Go Tampa Bay. Okay, put that on the calendar as well. There's a calling in Sydney. There's a calling in Lyon. There's a calling in Portland, and this one's interesting. It's in Portland, November 22nd to 24th, which I believe lines up with where they did Worlds last year. Worlds got moved up several bits by this year, and then calling in Chicago, hosted by MinMax Games, and I'm fairly certain I'm going to be there. I am super excited. So super huge shout out to Tyler for kind of compiling all of this, and also super huge shout out to Flukenbox for streaming the entire thing so that all of us could watch it. I know I did. Now let's just talk about it. Okay, let's talk about Part the Mistveil, because if you haven't watched the video that's playing behind me, and I'm sorry if that's distracting, but I don't care because it's too cool to pass up. If you haven't watched the video, you should. So Part the Mistveil is the next set, as we've known for a while, and yes, they hinted at the 3 heroes right here at the beginning, and those 3 heroes are indeed an assassin, an illusionist, and a ninja. And we got even more news to talk through about this set. By the way, if you want the product sheet, I haven't clicked this yet, but here's the product sheet, which is super cool. God, that is a beautiful piece of art. This is the breakdown of the set, which actually is shown right here. Right, I think it's at the bottom. Maybe not. We'll talk about all of this, including the heroes, here in a moment, and the new chi mechanic, which was spoiled right here, which is kind of fun. So, Part the Mistveil beckons you to adventure beyond the veil, to the hanging villages suspended between the perilous terrain of mysterious canyons and gullies. Discover the secrets of a land steeped in mystique, where tradition, desire, and purpose will reshape your mind, body, and soul. 1 fabled, 6 legendaries. 6 legendaries for 3 heroes and 3 classes. That's interesting. 43 majestics, 53 rares, 123 commons, 12 tokens, 18 marvels. That feels like some dynasty level Marvel stuff right there. Now we do know there's a Marvel for each hero in adult and in young, so that takes up 6. Yeah, so that's 6 of them. At least 12 more Marvels, but that's still pretty cool. The normal breakdown, it looks like, as well. And the expansion slot still exists as well. Yes, this is also really cool. They are taking all 3 heroes and they're bundling it in a box, kind of like what they did with the Tolarian Community College box, and it looks like it comes with a playmat and booster packs. New player product, let's go. 3 decks, 1 playmat, 3 booster packs, build what you want. Are you kidding me? You get the box as well, archival box. Yes, it retails for $70, so decide if that's worth it for you, but that seems pretty cool. That seems really cool in my opinion. Perfect product for a new player to begin their flesh and blood journey of discovery. This is less than the price of a booster box. So if you didn't want to go the booster box route and you wanted 3 playable decks that you could try all 3 of and see if any of these heroes like jumped out to you, and then you wanted to go and buy singles for that product, done, easy, you could do it. That's cool. I like that. I'm a fan of that. I think that's real cool. I'm just gonna go on credit in saying that. Okay, what's with these cool swirly thingies, circle things? Well, they are chi, and this is kind of what I thought they would be, in the sense that they are a type of resource and that I believe is going to be built onto cards, and perhaps in the way that the normal blue pitch card is just 3 resources. But this will replace that resource symbol, and it will represent, chi resources if you pitch a specific card. So there will be cards in the set printed with this symbol in place of the other, and those will give you the extra resources or the extra effect on these heroes. So let's talk about the heroes, because there are 3 heroes, and the first one is New. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Alluring Desire. She's an assassin, and she says your attacks with stealth get when this chain link resolves, banish all action cards defending this. Why would you want to do that? If they're already being used to block, why would you want to then banish them? Well, because if you pitch 3 resources at instant speed, if those are chi resources, remember this is the chi symbol now. If they are chi resources, you have to pay 3 chi. Look at the top card of an opposing hero's deck. You just get to look. If it's blue, you can banish it. And until the end of the turn, you can play blue cards from that hero's banish zone without paying their cost. All blue cards, including ones that have been blocked with and banished because they blocked a stealth attack. All blue cards can be played without paying their cost. Of course, you probably need the action point for it, so action point generation is a thing, but still, all blue cards are available. They're on the board. By the way, this is the thingamajig for this set. Mystic is the talent for this set. It's called Mystic, and it will have some sort of tie-in with Chi, of course. That makes tons of sense. Enigma is the illusionist hero. It's the mystic illusionist hero. All of these hero, by the way, 4 intellect, 40 health. Enigma, Ledger of Ancestry. So she's writing down the ancestry. She's keeping tabs, just like all illusionists somehow draw from the past and manifest the past into the present. You've got Light Illusionist pulling and creating heralds and, bringing those forth from the pages of old books and like the legends. And then you have the illusionist that pulls dragons and creates them out of ash, these dragons from antiquity that are from legends and long ago. And here we have an illusionist that is pulling the perhaps spirits, if you will, from the past and recalling them. And she says your first spectral shield attack each turn costs 1 less to activate. That's pretty good. Now, spectral shield attack. I wonder if that just means a spectral shield, or if there will be attack action cards that are somehow labeled spectral shield attack or spectral shield. And if they are, then these would reduce their cost by 1. And the idea is that possibly the Dynasty attack action cards that all looked for spectral shields are now going to be better. This feeds into that because you're going to be going back to creating spectral shields. Dynasty looks like a really good connection point for this set. And Dynasty also, by the way, is one of the best, most fun, in my opinion, sets to open. I still like open Dynasty randomly, which is kind of funny. Marvels looked really good. And so linking back to this makes a ton of sense. And also, once per turn instant, pay 3 chi, create a Spectral Shield token with a +1 counter. So this is why these chi symbols are so good. They're giving us effects that are way above rate, and they're going to be harder to pull off, less often pulled off, because we have to activate these with chi, not just by pitching resources, but by activating them with chi. And then finally, we have Zen, Tamer of Purpose. By the way, Tamer of Purpose, we have Alluring Desire, and we have Ledger of Ancestry. So we have all these callbacks to the different aspects that makes Mysterio what it is. And Zen, Tamer of Purpose here is once per turn instant. He's a ninja, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Once per turn instant, pay 3 chi, search, first of all, create a Crouching Tiger in your hand. That's good. Check. And then search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, then shuffle. You can play it this turn. So it's like Katsu, except you also get a Crouching Tiger, and he can go get Crouching Tiger combo lines. So yeah, that's a thing that exists in the game of Flesh and Blood, and I just remembered that I can actually zoom out. Like an idiot, it took me this long to remember that I could zoom out. I don't care, I'm too hyped. This is too exciting. How cool is this set, man? You've got a ninja, you've got an illusionist, and you've got an assassin. Like everyone predicted, like everyone thought, but sometimes it's just better when you predict it and you're rewarded for your excitement and efforts. This is looking very, very cool. We need more information on chi, how easy it is. I think it's going to be baked into cards. I think it's going to replace normal resource values, but maybe it's something else. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you think this is going to be baked in like I do, or if you think they're going to stick it on as a secondary effect. Like, hey, if you don't want to pitch this, maybe you put it in your hero's soul and it becomes chi. And so you lose that card forever. It goes basically into their soul, and the chi now is part of it. And in fact, that actually makes a ton of thematic sense. So maybe that's it, huh? Dang, I should have thought about that before I jumped into this. I don't know. It could be that we put our chi into our soul and then we have to tuck it from there. But continuing on, Play Day. Release weekend will feature Play Day events intended to be fun, low stakes way for casual players to explore new cards from Part the Mistveil. That's kind of cool. The suggested format is Blitz Precon. I love Blitz Precon. I think that's very, very cool. And look at this. You can use the Blitz decks from Part the Mistveil, but if you don't have access to that, just play it with heavy hitters. And then run this event, fire off this event, and if you do, you will receive a 6-card Play Day promo pack. Now, we don't know what this will involve. Oh, yeah, we do. Hold on. It says right here, the promo pack includes 2 rainbow foil copies of each signature weapon belonging to the three heroes in Part the Mistveil. So we technically don't know the weapons, but we do know what will be in those packs. I did not read that the first time. But then again, to my credit, this happened like 15 seconds ago, which is hilarious. Look at this. This is fun. The first 6 players who sign up to play as a Part the Mistveil hero receive that Play Day promo, which is kind of cool. So they get the little weapon that they get. I think that's fun. It's going to run, by the way, if you want to do this Play Day thing, it's going to run Friday, May 31st to Sunday, June 2nd. And I'm going to jump in on that. Expansion slot, look at this, 13 new cards covering a range of heroes and classes like it does. And they're replacing in 1 to 15 boosters. In Limited, they are removed from pack and kept by the person who opened them, like you would with cold foils and legendaries as they changed it in heavy hitters. It is basically the same that they've done. And it's the same breakdown overall. This was what I was looking for earlier, the booster configuration. They talked about the collection, the Blitz deck in Japan. You can pick up the Japanese versions of Blitz decks when they release in Japan, which is super, super cool. Holy crap. This is so exciting, man. I am so floored. This is going to be like Uprising and Dynasty combined into a better product across the board, and that's saying something because both of those sets were sick. So tell me how you feel about this in a comment below, and let's all get hyped to Part the Mistveil and go celebrate Worlds in Osaka and eat delicious food. If you enjoy this video and you want to hang out with the heroes in this video behind me, let me know and make the number go slightly higher so that we can get this number to 20K before Worlds this year. As always, thanks for watching. Holy crap.